Welcome back to another episode of TVGP's We Roguelike, at the show where we play every roguelike in history. Let's talk about our platforms as we go around the room. I'm your host, Boston, playing on PS4. Joining me as always is Moop here.
Hello, Xbox One X.
And Monkey Senior.
Hello, playing on PC.
3 for 3.
This time we're talking about Neon Abyss. Our first week of last time we played a game from a couple of years ago. This time we're playing a brand new game that came out relatively recently, actually. I'll go first real quick. I have done very little this week other than play Neon Abyss. I have put a significant amount of time in this game to the point where I have finished the first 3 bosses and starting to unlock stuff in the second skill tree now.
Nice.
I'm moving.
Okay, Monkey, you want to hit us with your progress? Because I've done 1 boss.
I've done 3 bosses as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm the slowpoke this time.
Getting up to the first 3 bosses when you have a good run is not that bad. It can go pretty quickly.
So actually, I beat it twice in a row, and then a few runs later beat the 3rd boss, and then that whole time I was just thinking, there has to be an everything is terrible in this game, right?
Yes.
It's kind of like beating it twice in a row is like, oh, is it this easy, quote unquote?
Right.
So let's talk about this really quick. It's a 2D Metroidvania twin-stick shooter, essentially. Shall we describe it as?
Yeah, like platforming shooter sort of. There used to be a bunch of these on PC in the 90s where it's like, yeah, this is like a shooter where it's like dual stick aiming, or like on PC you'd aim with the mouse and you'd shoot. I haven't seen one of these in a really long time. But
we literally played one for We Roguelike It that me and you didn't like, and Monkey absolutely adored.
So that's, yeah, I was going to bring up Dungreed because it took me a couple of runs to get the controls down on this, but once I did, I was like, this is what they were going with for Dungreed. But
yes,
it works this time.
I will say I do feel the controls are considerably better in this.
Yeah.
Shall we talk about the Isaac inspirations that are literally splattered everywhere all over this game?
They love Isaac and they love Assassin's Creed. The number of Assassin's Creed items I keep running into.
Pop culture references in general.
Yeah.
Like, specifically, I'm playing this game, and my wife, who does not play roguelikes, despises the genre as a whole, but did sit through me playing Isaac every day for like a year and change. Right. Literally said to me, "Why are you playing Isaac? Why are you playing that blind girl from Isaac, who I can't remember the name of? I have a figure of her up there, and I can't remember her name."
Lilith.
Thank you. It's like, okay, so the thing that Monkey tweeted about was the pet system, which, it's 100% Lilith from Isaac. Let's just get that out the way straight away.
Well, it's really interesting because we're starting to see a lot more roguelikes that are taking influences from big roguelikes. I'll turn to Ash when I say this, but of yesteryear. Because you can see very clear Isaac references. There are a lot of Gungeon influences in this. It is nothing I can sort of call specifically, but there's a lot of stuff in here. You can sort of see them not cherry picking, but sort of like, all right, we like these elements from all these 5 different roguelikes. What if we put them together and kind of made a functional 2D platforming roguelike?
Yeah, and let's talk about it. Number one, I love the art style. I love the neon.
It's really well done.
I hate the 80s, and I love the design of this game.
Well, it doesn't feel like an 80s game, which is kind of impressive.
Yeah, it feels like it's like San Junipero, the episode of Black Mirror, where it's an homage to that kind of thing without being, directly that thing.
Right.
I love the way the game controls. I love the sound. I love the skill trees so much. I'm not going to lie. I'm a little disappointed with myself because I wasn't expecting you both to come down and slap your 3 bosses on the table and be like...
Well, honestly, I wasn't... When I fired this game up, T-Bomb Rocks in the community has really liked it. And when I fired it up, I was like, all right. And like my first couple runs was sort of like, okay, like, yeah, this might go the Dungreed path. But as soon as those controls clicked, and as soon as I started experimenting with more items, the game really clicked with me in a way that I felt with Isaac and Gungeon and a lot of these roguelikes that I really like, where it's like, okay, now that I have the controls down and I can use more skill in the game as opposed to having to like brute force my way through, which we'll talk about here in a minute, it immediately clicked with me really well.
So I thought to myself, I'm going to come on this first episode and I'm going to talk about this system, and I'm going to be so smart because I noticed something that the game doesn't teach you at all, which is specifically the wisdom versus violence tree.
I love this system so much. That was what I wanted to talk about next.
Like, I like the wisdom tree, and I get annoyed when I accidentally shoot a crystal and it turns into a violence crystal. When an enemy shoots it, it really ticks me off.
I get so salty when an enemy shoots it. It's like, why? But the good part is you don't have to use a violence crystal, which I think is great. But again, here's some Isaac influences. Violence and wisdom is just devil deals and angel deals. But, but I think the interesting system here is that I feel like the violence path feels way more rewarding than I was expecting it to, where it's like...
so powerful.
And it's like the game is rewarding you for playing super clean. There's ways to use it. Like you can even turn item doors into violence doors by shooting them, so you can continue going down that path. But like getting that violence room or getting the wisdom room to spawn every time is just like, yeah, man, like you got one over on the game where it's like, all right, now you're going to give me two the choice between two items, and they're both probably going to be pretty good, and I don't have to spend anything.
Yeah. I will say one of the weapons that you get from the wisdom room, I do not like. I think it's called the Guardian.
That's my big problem with this game is I don't like very many of the weapons, and I think most of them are more quirky than they are useful. Like, here's the fish, and he has like these spreading circular things, and here's the cat, and it shoots out fish bones, and it's like, yeah, but my default gun as the lady is like shooting out 5 different bullets at the moment that's splitting into 5 other bullets and exploding and setting people on fire. So even with like the active use of some of these guns, like the cat can make you fly in a room, which is kind of fun, but like the only gun I found that I really liked is the wolf, I think it is, where every enemy, it's Lusty Blood from Isaac. Every enemy in the room that you destroy, that you kill without being hit, gets your gun stronger and stronger and stronger, and faster. And then when you get hit, it resets to 0 and builds back up.
My favorite weapon is a weapon that just shoots out lasers like rotating from you.
Yeah,
like when you press it,
damage as well.
Yeah, I'm just like, that weapon. I beat it once with that, and I was like, man, this weapon is super strong.
Yeah, that one's not bad.
I have one. It's the noise gun, which I can't even remember. It might have been essentially a violence reward. It shoots out one big giant ball of energy, and it fires them pretty rapidly, like nowhere near as rapidly as your normal one, but it's basically like Frieza sitting there doing the finger poke of big balls from Dragon Ball.
Right.
But every single time one of them sees an enemy, it splits into, it starts peeling away like a swarm of little bullets that just home straight in onto the enemy. So you just fire this ball into the room, and it just goes, and it's just like, this thing where it's just like you'll have like a ball going up and firing diagonally down and right, and then the second ball firing diagonally up and right with all of these swarms of little bullets coming off it, and it's just like,
I haven't used that. That's cool. I'll have to check that one out.
Like, I love this thing so much.
Yeah, the interesting thing is, as of so far, I think the interesting thing it takes away from Isaac is that you don't necessarily have to have bad, quote-unquote, bad items in your game. I don't think I've picked up an item yet in the game where it's like, oh, okay, that like actively hurts my run. Explosive bullets can be a little bit dangerous, but
I was going to mention explosive bullets.
But that has the side effect of blowing up secret walls, blowing up the rocks that are marked with paint.
Yeah.
Like you have a benefit blowing up the locked rock doors. Like it has a sort of a side effect benefit that maybe some Isaac items don't have. Like you pick up soy milk in Isaac, and you're like, cool, this is a lost run. Fantastic. Wonderful. Like, it's just, I haven't felt that way.
When I picked up the noise gun, I'm not going to lie, I 100% felt like I'd found the Azazel's thing, except it does the full screen.
Brimstone.
Thank you. I felt like I'd found the brimstone because literally I could hide in any corner of any room and just start firing bullets.
Just
And the best thing is I had one of those things where it would occasionally reflect a bullet.
Yeah.
Like I had one of those. So it would just be this big ball hitting the ceiling, then bouncing back down, and the area that I couldn't reach, it would just start attacking those as well. So
yeah. I am genuinely surprised at, number one, how good this game is, because I don't like this. It's like the inverse problem of what was that dual stick zombie shooter we played?
I made a game with zombies in it.
No, on this show.
I know the one you're talking about. I just can't think of the name right now.
The one where like the cover art looks really great, and then as soon as you get into the game, Riddle Corpses EX, where like you get in the game and the art style is like, oh, that's not what I thought I was signing up for.
Anime chick on the front, pixelated anime chick in the middle.
Yeah, and like I feel like I had a reverse thing here with Neon Abyss, where the cover art with the guy with the mask, like the Watch Dogs mask on, is sort of like, is this gonna be like some really edgy weirdness? And
made me think of Dead by Daylight because there's a killer in there called Legion who looks exactly like that.
Yeah, and like I feel like once I got into the game, it's like, okay, this neon thing isn't super prevalent, but where they use it really, like the item room, like that, with the little neon bars coming out, like the halo around that angel, is like, man, that looks cool. Like this is a cool looking game. I like Neon Abyss a whole lot.
Yeah, same. And how long have you guys spent dancing, by the way?
Oh, I got that trophy for sure.
Wait, there's a trophy for it? Because
for 30 total minutes of dancing. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because the animations for dancing are really good.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Is this a deal with the devil game? Out of curiosity, because it sure seems like that.
It does, yeah. It like the intro where you share that drink with that guy that I don't think you ever see again, feels very much like
he's at the bar. Like he's literally serving you drinks at the bar. Every time you spawn back at the bar, he's the one behind the bar.
Oh, there's a lady behind the bar for me.
For me, it's a dude.
Yeah,
like that white-haired lady?
For mine is a lady too.
Interesting. Okay. Well, I wonder if that changes.
Maybe he's not behind the bar, but maybe he's sitting at the bar because he keeps telling me to remember my ordeal.
Oh, okay. I wonder if he's in my game anymore. Weird. Okay. I don't. Maybe things change in the bar.
Possibly. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I interrupted you then, Monkey.
Oh, I was just gonna mention the keyboard room.
Yeah,
I love the keyboard room.
It's like one of the best / most frustrating mini games I've played in a while, where it's like, this is so easy. I missed a key, I swear to God. It's just like, oh, those 15 coins. It's so easy. Why am I so bad at this?
Yeah, and I love that you can keep doing, you can do it a number of times before the thing explodes, and then each time you succeed, you just get an item. Like,
yep.
And that's so good for just 15 coins. You just pretty much get an item.
And the skill trees, I'm pretty impressed. Make a fairly significant difference to the game. Like I just unlocked my first Smiley Shack guy, where every once in a while a little briefcase will pop on the ground. Walk over to it, pop up, and he'll trade you bombs for items, or like keys or stuff. And there's on the second skill tree, there appears to be at least one more where this guy will trade you coins for additional stuff. So you're unlocking... What's up?
He's the bum. And actually, speaking of that, there are equivalents of Blue Baby and Bum and everybody else is in this game.
Yeah, I haven't unlocked the first character on the first skill tree because, number one, it costs 15. I'd rather use that on other stuff. And that first guy you unlock doesn't seem super great.
Do you guys have the DLC characters?
I don't.
No, when I bought it, it seemed like the DLC characters cost a little bit too much, but now that I enjoy the game, I could
throw those tips in the jar.
Well, yeah, like toss it. The game is only $20, so like it's super not a big deal buying it, or it's on Game Pass on PC and Xbox One. But like the idea that one of them is largely a melee only character seems interesting because the melee sort of sucks in general.
Well, like that character in particular. So I have them, and
okay.
the girl with the katana, like you can switch between the gun and the katana, and
okay.
The katana, when you use it, it kind of makes you dash like in whatever direction you use it. So she effectively has a double jump like right away.
Oh.
So yeah, like I've just been using her, and it's been so nice having that double jump like right at the beginning.
Yeah, I've only been using you start with the two characters, the guy and the woman. I've been using the woman because she starts. Unfortunately, the guy starts with a bomb, which once you get that upgrade for the marking the secret in the first floor, that would be super helpful. But I'm starting with her because she starts with more health. But I've got to start playing with him more.
Before we start wrapping this up, which I'm guessing we're heading towards that really quick, favorite references so far? Because like we mentioned, this is 100% a game which loves its references.
So far, I feel like I'm not annoyed by the references, which
this
especially
Saturday morning RPG references.
Literally, what I was just gonna say. Like after coming from the worst referential game, there was an item that I picked up that was like an eagle feather or something, and it said, "Nothing is true, everything is permitted." And I was like, "Hey, it's Chappie."
I saw the golden apple.
Yep, I just picked that up too.
A relic from the ancient civilization. I do love the fact that, speaking of references, the melee attack for the guy is the exact same style and animation as the Metal Slug games. Like it has the exact same animation from that.
Yep.
My favorite one was the most useless item ever, which is the magic bean, which does basically nothing useful. I think it increases your movement speed by a little bit. However, it turns your hair purple Super Saiyan.
Oh, that's really good.
Nice.
I was like, purple bean, what are... senzu beans. Okay. I probably one of my favorite ones that I would normally roll my eyes at is the Stormtrooper helmet, where every once in a while shoots out just a laser beam, but it kind of goes wherever the hell it wants. So, like, it's not going to follow your bullets. It's just going to shoot out randomly. It does a lot of damage, but it's not going where you want it to.
Oh god!
And I can't like think of any of the references just off of my head. Well, just like the apple. Maybe, like
yeah.
I don't know why. Every other run, I see the apple, and I was like, "Oh, I guess I'll take it."
Yeah.
Oh, I got the black card, I think it was, or it was some reference to hackers, I think it was. And give me 99 keys, and I was like, "Oh, okay, you're one of those items."
Gotcha. Right. I
was like, "Okay, this run is going to be great. I don't need to worry about keys anymore."
Right. All right. Any final thoughts here on Neon Abyss? Check it out if you're not.
Good.
Yeah, surprisingly, I was getting ready to come in here and be like, "Oh, Neon Abyss, oh man!" It's like, nope, that's all I played this week, just in general.
I was playing just before we recorded, and I'm still in a run.
Yeah, I knocked out.
I was busy being a grown-up, adult-ass man over here, and
it's overrated. Yeah, but you could play Neon Abyss instead. All right, thank you so much, everyone, for watching and listening, and we'll see you all next run. Bye.
See ya.
Bye.